There was a lot of great things about this movie. The supporting cast, every last one of them was fantastic. They really held up what was the lead role's weak part of this movie. It's kind of sad that the supporting cast shone so far above the lead roles. It was laughable, really, to be honest with you. Max von Sydow as Walter Loxley was just top notch. It was very well done, very tastefully done as this elderly blind man who's just trying to get that last little bit of happiness out of his life before he dies. And he sold it. I really bought it. Like, I really felt for him. He was one of the few characters you kind of give a damn about. You know, as the movie's progressing, if something happens to him, you actually kind of feel bad if something would happen to him, where so many other characters were so one-dimensional, you're just kind of like, eh. My favorite part of the entire movie, though, as far as characters went, was the Merry Men. They were just fantastic. They were spot on. Will Scarlet was the witty comic relief who just, the snarky one-liners really helped break the tense mood because this was supposed to be the dark, gritty, epic, you know, basically Batman Begins version of Robin Hood, you know, complete with Russell Crowe speaking with a really annoying gravelly voice. But, you know, Will Scarlet really pulled the comedy up there. There is a character of Lil Jon who's just the charming big oaf who can really rock it on the battlefield. Well done characters. The lead singer, Great Big Sea, was one of the Merry Men, so he's always playing a lute. Made me want to learn a lute. That was kind of cool. Friar Tuck, of course, the lovable, well-spirited booze hound. Just the Merry Men were fantastic. They really made that movie as far as the protagonists went in that film. The villains, on the other hand, not quite so much. As I said before, the Sheriff of Nottingham completely got hung out to dry. Like, here is one of literature's classic archetypal villains that everyone knows who the Sheriff of Nottingham is. Anyone over the age of 2 knows who the Sheriff of Nottingham is. And he was maybe in 5 scenes, and all of which were comic relief. It was like from some old TV show of a crooked cop who was mixed with the sidekick from the Andy Griffith Show. Like, I was really waiting for him at one point to go, golly! He was so useless. It was frustrating that here's one of these top-notch literary villains who just... he was not handled well at all. King John was standard King John fare. If anything, actually, was handled a little better than he was in the past. He was very clearly a spoof and a critique on our modern-day world leaders who are, you know, lining their pockets, tax the heck out of people. The modern person's suffering, but I don't care. I just want to make my coffers get filled. Oh, war. Let's go to war. Let's go to war. But then when they see it firsthand, they're kind of like, oh, this wasn't such a good idea. I thought that character was handled very well. It was very easy to despise this character. It was nailed. It was a very good political villain role. But again, he just had that inexplicable charm to him that made you actually want to keep watching him. You weren't waiting for the next scene for him to get off the screen. But as far as the entire movie went, it was just absolutely stolen by Mark Strong as the treacherous Marshal Godfrey. He's just a great villain, this guy. I mean, he was fantastic in Sherlock Holmes. He's just a very good villain. I think it's going to actually be hard to ever see him in a hero role because you want to hate him so bad, but you love to hate him. Like I said, though, the lack of depth to his character, like, here's a character who is part of King Richard's army during the Crusades, inexplicably aligns himself with the French. We're never really told why. He comes back to England. King John gives him this amazing political position of power, and he still goes on aligning himself with the French, doing all this terrible stuff behind King John's back, which is cool, because it's like a triple cross. So, like, you really got to be a jerk to triple cross of another villain. Like, that's amazing. But we don't know why. Just throw us something. Why? Like, it obviously kept the story going, but if these are real characters, they wouldn't be thinking if someone's watching, will this be keeping their attention? We need to know why he did these things. Great villain, just they really could have worked a little more with him. It was like when you order a pizza and you get everything on it, but they missed a topping. It's just, you know, that little, oh, well, we can live without it, but it would be nice if we had it there. But again, Mark Strong just, he rocked it. He was this movie. He stole a spotlight and he did not give it back. Like I said, there was other charming characters in this movie who worked with what they were given. But as far as overall just owning the screen, it was all Mark Strong. It was just beginning to end, it was Mark Strong. Really kind of sad that the lead roles took it down. I think if they weren't trying so hard to make these lead roles seem like they're 20 years younger than the actors who are playing them, I could have bought it a little better. Like, if you want to have a young Robin Hood, I don't know, get Sam Worthington. He's on a roll as an action hero these days. I mean, he's got the accent, so why the heck not? But I'm just rambling. I'm a Sam Worthington fan, so that's a little bit of fan service talking there. I also like the twist on the story. It does focus a lot more on Robin the Crusader, not Robin the bandit who robs from the rich and gives to the poor. So, again, they're trying to be darker and grittier. Okay, fine. That's what they do in the 2000s. I mean, everything's darker and grittier now. But it was different. It was neat. It was handled relatively well for most of the movie. So I can forgive that. It's, green tights wouldn't pass in today's standards. So, you know what? Okay, make him a crusader. I would have liked to see him work a little more with the bow, and the quarterstaff was completely disregarded in this movie. But evolution, who knows? Was it a good choice? Maybe, maybe not. I thought it was done well. You might feel otherwise. Again, this movie hasn't gotten the greatest reviews, but personally, I liked it. Give it a try. If you hate it, sorry, but I mean, I enjoyed it. I'll probably buy it when it comes out on Blu-ray, and if as many people hate it as they're claiming, I'll probably get a really good price. So hey, thanks other reviewers. And that's really it from me. Again, I enjoyed it. For the full written review, go to liveinlimbo.com and leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Thanks a lot.